of Newton titled Lifetime Human Rights Achievement Award. Mr. Chairman, my Vice Chancellor, it is this extraordinary African American, a man of intimidating accomplishments, an icon, a doyen of diplomacy, who when asked why is, I think it has to do with a number of things. I think it was highlighted by my 4 years here serving as ambassador and seeing what was going on and watching the struggle for democracy. And of course, when I met my wife and we married, and I became an in-law of Nigeria, and my deep love for my wife, all of this changed my vision. When I returned to the United States, I felt that I was half Nigerian as well as half American. So that really deepened my understanding and affection and concern for Nigeria. He went further to say that beyond that, in his childhood experience, he had relatives who lived in Nigeria before the Second World War. And the tales told by them in the United States stirred his curiosity about Africa in general and Nigeria in particular. I quote, "It actually began when I was a child. I had an uncle who had worked here before the Second World War for about 20 years with the Nigerian Railways. And I have 5 cousins who were born here. And when I used to go visit them, when they came back to the United States in Brooklyn, New York, the boys who were older than I would always try to impress and threaten me by telling their stories of growing up in Africa, of how I grew up in Lagos, to prove Ambassador Carrington further stated, they will tell me all these stories. Of course, I learned later that there were no tigers at all in Africa. And if they were going out to fight lions, they were not going to find them on the streets of Lagos. He said, as he recalled those tales told several decades ago. It was also a period when the United Nations was at its early stage, and delegations from various countries seeking independence would visit New York to present their cases. Even at that early age, Ambassador of the United States, he would instruct on their conversations each time they visited his uncle, who had known a lot of them while living and working in Nigeria. Years later, an opportunity came for him to visit the country shortly before independence for a first-hand experience of the land and people of Nigeria. And he went on to state, finally, I began to learn about this country, Nigeria, which was actually the first foreign country I really got any personal kind of feeling for. So that Nigeria was always a place that I was fascinated by. And then I came up here for the first time, leading a group of students on a summer program. We lived with a group of students in Ibadan, in Lagos, in Enugu, for that year. And this was the year before independence, in 1959. I got to see what the great hopes were for Nigeria. So there had been a combination of these things which have bonded me with Nigeria. Nigeria is really the great country of Africa and has so much potential. And it's a country I think all of the black world looks up to for leadership. I guess I'm passionate about Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, it is this our senior uncle, our in-law from America, that we are not likely to ask for dollars before he leaves, that I now respectfully invite to deliver the first eminent initiative titled Nigeria and the Future of the black world. His Excellency, Ambassador Walter Carrington. Thank you.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, Principal University of the Governor of Edo State, my old friend Julius Iwanahara, UNIVEN academic staff, and most importantly, the students, and of course, following my wife, I cannot do the greeting the way that she did. But I feel it just the same. As she said, one of the things I took back from here about public speaking is that if you try to name everyone who is of prominence, you are likely to forget someone, and that is worse than naming certain. And so I, in tradition, all protocols. I want to thank the University Oracle for that very kind introduction. I cannot adequately express how comfortable I feel being back here in the home of my in-laws. This city in which now we are gathered was the heart of one of the world's great kingdoms. The purloining of Benin's magnificent treasures may have begun with the long ago British so-called punitive expedition, which resulted in the looting of the palace of King Obonoran. But it didn't end there. It continues still. So I am here to confess my own culpability. 20 years ago, I stole away your most beautiful modern treasure. What a great honor it is to be here with her today in the city of her royal ancestors. It is also a great honor that she and I have been asked to jointly inaugurate the Eminent Lecture series of the University of Benin, or UNIVEN as it is affectionately known around the world, or UNIBES as you now call it. I am sure that Arase's great-great-grandfather, the Oba, who was the victim of the British expedition, University, and of her role this day in it. There was a time when Europeans marveled at what they referred to as Great Benin. Travelers returned home, each outdoing his predecessor, with tales of an African kingdom, the equal of their own royal court in organization and administration. Its treasures and artistic masterpieces were widely envied. Then, in 1897, came what the London Times proclaimed as the Benin disaster, leading to the sending out of members of a British delegation allegedly at the orders of local officials. It resulted in the overthrow and exile of the Oba and the looting of his palace. While intricately carved Benin ivories had been known to Europeans for 3 centuries, the hitherto carefully guarded bronzes became at the dawn of the colonial scramble for Africa stolen booty, spoils of war, triumphantly displayed for the first time on foreign shores. That the so-called Dark Continent could have produced such great art changed European understanding of African history. But many who should have known better were discombobulated. The curator of the British Museum at the time declared, and I quote, "It needs scarcely be said that at first sight of these remarkable works of art, we were at once astounded at such an unexpected find. For so highly developed an art among a race so entirely barbarous. Barbarous, that is what, and so it has ever been. Whether discussing African art or ancient ruins like Great Zimbabwe,